Hi, I'm Chris. For those of you who haven't seen these before, this is my personal vlog where I talk about what's going on with me. I don't know if anyone still uses the phrase vlog, but I'm old, so I'm sticking with it. So this is kind of my monthly weight loss update. Um, Weight loss and healthy living, just generally how I'm looking after myself. Want to lose weight this year. It's one of my resolutions. Been a resolution a couple of years now, making very slow progress on it. But I kind of wanted to do a monthly update so I could reflect and keep myself accountable, and that's where these videos have come from. So, May 2020 started off after April, because we all go April into May. Um, Kind of had a rough April. April was really hard for me mentally, stressing, the whole coronavirus thing, the lockdown, work was really getting to me, and because of that I was making negative choices with my food. I was stress eating. I was having more treats than I should have been. I was having and I was going for easy options of takeaways and stuff when I should have been eating a bit healthier. And yeah, really just poor choices on my part. So I put on a bit of the weight that I'd lost in the first 3 months of the year. May, I knocked that off. I did really well in a few regards. I kind of stopped having as many treats. I kind of thought more about when I wanted a treat, when I actually wanted it. Just basic stuff that you should be doing anyway, but I'm 35 and my bad habits are really dug in deep. They're really hard to shift. So I kind of really worked on that. Always paused and thought, do I actually want this? Am I just bored? Do I need that much of whatever it is? I'm really surprised it went so well, because it was actually my birthday at the end of the month. And I do kind of believe that around my birthday, I kind of stop worrying about stuff. I don't worry about what I'm eating as much. There are no calories on your birthday. But I did pretty well. So I lost a bit of weight. So it works out basically that April and May were meaningless, and I'm back where I was at the end of March. But mental health wise, doing a lot better. I did the 2.6 challenge for the Big Issue Foundation. I did a blog about that a couple of weeks ago. You can watch that on this channel, and the link for sponsorship is still on there. I've raised £188 ish, just under 190 for the Big Issue, which is a great cause. So that's cool. And that kind of gave me a positive focus. It was fun, it was silly, it was kind of something to keep myself busy with, not just doing them, but thinking about what I was doing, setting them up, and it really gave me a good positive focus. Now I'm kind of keeping that going, because one of the things I did for my 2.6 challenge was write 2,600 words of fiction. I wrote this little zombie story. It's on my text blog, which I think there's a link to somewhere. I'll stick one in the blurb below, and it just went really well, and it's kind of fired me up, and I've got back into writing, and I've been keeping going with that story, which is kind of going in some weird directions, and I'm having a lot of fun with. So that's a positive focus, and I'm less stressed. Work has calmed down a bit. I'm making sure to do the things. I'm looking after myself. I'm doing my self-care. I'm getting out for walks. I'm walking the dog. I'm getting that exercise. I'm trying not to get as fixated on stuff. I'm trying to not do the things that kind of make me feel like I'm wasting my time. Again, that's where the positive focus came from. I'm still struggling with my running. My running has almost come to a complete standstill. Just really struggling with the heat. I ordered some shorts to go running. I was like, my tracksuit bottoms that I run in are way too hot. I'll order some shorts. They arrived, and they have tiny, minuscule pockets. Like, I can't fit my keys in there. It's like, I gotta take my keys with me on a run, because I gotta lock the house, and these pockets are too small for them. Like, the keys constantly feel like they're gonna fall out. And I can't fit my phone in, and I use my phone to kind of track how far I've run, and also for like some music and stuff. But the major reason I was going to say, that I've struggled with the running and the heat is I'm a big bloke, and I know I shouldn't, but I worry how I look when I run. I know I'm going to be huffing. I know I'm going to be puffing. I know I'm going to be a sweaty mess. And I kind of want to be okay with that. I kind of know I shouldn't care because I'm trying, and it's not about how I look to other people, it's how I feel. And I do feel better after I run. But that's all exacerbated by the heat. Right, I'm sweaty in the heat. I'm more aware of how out of shape I am. I'm huffing more. I'm huffing and puffing more. I'm just really aware of how unattractive I look running in the heat, and it's kind of stopping me going out there because I want not to worry about it, but wanting it and being able to turn off that voice in my head is two different things. So I've kind of been weighing up my options. Working nights hasn't helped. I come home from work, I fall asleep, I wake up, and it is the hottest time of the day. And that's the only chance I've got to run if I'm working night. It's like that kind of like 1 to 4 o'clock window where it is absolutely sweltering. So kind of one of the ideas I have is if I could get like an exercise bike, I'd be landed, because I could keep up with my exercise. I could exercise in the house with the fan on. I can drink water. It doesn't matter if I'm sweating. It doesn't matter if I'm huffing and puffing. There's no one here to see me. I can get that good exercise in. I have been walking a lot, but I kind of feel like I need the walking and something a bit more, intense, which is where the running comes in and where the bike would come in. But you've got to get specific bikes if you're my weight. Tracking them down is hard, and affording them they're quite pricey. So I kind of need to save up for one, and that's kind of delaying it. So I'm going to keep going with the walking. I'm going to keep going with the healthy choices. I'm sorry this one's running over a bit longer than I was hoping. But I'm just going to try and keep on with the self-care and look after myself mentally, because the knock-on effect of that is that I'm eating better. And of course, I'm actually helping my mental health through exercise. The walks, the getting out of the house, that's all kind of connected. So the three things, the weight, the exercise, and the mental health, they're all connected to each other. So fingers crossed, I figure out some way of getting an exercise bike, and I can kick up the exercise gear. And at the end of June even, I'll give a great update. But until then, I think I'm just going to have to focus on trying to walk, keep up my walking, trying to keep my focus on positive stuff and keep myself busy. The writing is helping with that, and also trying to get over that little voice in my head that is saying, "Oh, if you're gonna run out, you're gonna look. If you go out running, you're gonna look stupid. Everyone's gonna think, oh, there's that big fat sweaty mess." I need to get to the stage where I don't care about that. I've been in that zone before. When I used to run, I was really self-conscious for a while, and then when I found my groove and I got in the zone with it, it fell away, and I didn't care. Like, I knew I was still sweaty, I knew I was still out of shape, but I felt like unstoppable when I was running, and I felt confident. I call it juggernaut mode, because when I'm running in that frame of mind, I just think, I see someone in the pavement. I'm not saying I run into people, but I'm like, you're going to get out of my way, because I feel unstoppable. I feel I am the juggernaut, bitch, is basically where it comes from. And I'm just not in that state of mind. I'm just really struggling. I had a period where I was ill, so I wasn't running, and then I wasn't running because of the heat. And I just really need to get back on track with some form of exercise. I need to get to that stage where I'm seeing the improvement again, and I can start building my confidence, because at the moment my confidence with the running is shot to hell. So that's kind of the only downside, mental health. So this is coming up on 10 minutes. I got a knock on its head. Thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for watching. If you've got any tips for ways to exercise other than going out in the dead of night, or any feedback, or if you just want to sponsor, I'm going to stick the sponsorship list link up for the 2.6 challenge. The site's still open. This will be the last time I talk about it, though. But thanks for listening. Thanks for sponsoring if you do. It's minimum £2 donations. If you can spare that, great. But until next time, look after yourselves, look after each other, be excellent to each other. Bye-bye.